Good morning, besties. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Maddie. So happy to have you here. And if you are not new here, welcome back to my channel. I just got done at my 6 a.m. Pilates class. It is a little bit after 7 right now. I'm going to shower because I did not realize that I spray tanned. I didn't spray tan, I self tanned last night, and I forgot to rinse it all off this morning before my class. Thankfully, I didn't get too sweaty. So I'm going to rinse off my tan right now, take a little shower, and then do my skincare. Then I make myself some breakfast and get ready to do some work for the day. I have 2 calls today later on in the afternoon. So my plan is just to sit here at the house, probably walk on my walking pad, get some steps in, do some computer work, start editing a YouTube video that I have to get up before this one. I had a great morning. Like I said, I got done at Pilates, and can I just say that I've been doing Pilates consistently for 7-8 months now, and I truly feel like Pilates changed the game when it comes to my core strength. I've never had like a strong core ever in my life. And then I started doing Pilates and I feel like I just got so much strength in my core. Like I can hold planks for a long amount of time now. I can do all of the crazy hard core exercises that I see all the Pilates girls doing, and I'm able to do them for a long period of time. So I just feel like Pilates has just truly changed the game for me. I will say too, since being on this gut healing journey, not only just doing Pilates has helped me a lot, but also just being more mindful of the things that I'm eating. I try to eat more whole food based because that's just what feels best for my gut. When I went into this gut healing journey, I had to actually follow a pretty strict protocol. I did a low FODMAP diet for like 6 to 8 weeks, followed by a liver detox that I had to do as well to get all the candida that I had out of my gut. When I was doing that, pretty much the only thing you can really eat on a low FODMAP diet is very whole foods, but there's also very specific whole foods that you can't eat. For example, couldn't have garlic, couldn't have onion. There were certain fruits that I couldn't have, certain vegetables that I couldn't have. It was very much just very stuck to the same things that I could and couldn't have. Then whenever I finished that phase, I was able to start introducing more foods, and so I've been able to figure out that onion is something that really does trigger my gut. If I have onion, I'm literally screwed. Like my stomach is in shambles. I am just super gassy. I have really bad stomach issues, and so I do stay away from onion powder, those things of just the onion sort, but I have found that I am able to tolerate garlic in a certain amount, so I don't use any garlic salt, onion salts, onion powders, anything like that. But if I am going to be having garlic, I do have fresh minced garlic or just fresh garlic, and I keep it very minimal to the amount that I have, and I've noticed that I don't have any issues if I'm very limited with the amount that I use. So it's just been cool to figure out what works for my body and what causes inflammation to my gut. So right now I'm eating more whole food based. I stopped having any like oat, almond, milk, anything like that because they have so many fillers in them. So I've been having whole grass-fed pasteurized milk for the last couple of months now, and I haven't really noticed too big of a difference. Like I haven't noticed any bloat or anything. Like I thought for the longest time that I was lactose intolerant and that I couldn't have regular milk, but I've noticed that whole milk is like totally fine for me. So I've been doing that. I eat meat with pretty much every single meal. I have bacon for breakfast with my eggs. I have steak or chicken for lunch. I have ground beef, steak or chicken for dinner. So I'm very good about that as well. And I try to keep my processed foods to a minimum. And if I'm having processed foods, it's normally something just like those little Simple Mills crackers that are like pretty good clean ingredients. I'll have pretzels and just like very small amounts of things, but I try to eat very whole food based, and I've noticed a really big difference with my gut. Also my skin, I feel like my skin is, I have my periods where I do break out, but I feel like for the most part my skin is cleared up a lot, and I just feel less inflamed. I used to feel bloated and inflamed all the time, and now I just feel so much better. Like this is literally what I look like, guys, right now on a fasted stomach. I have not eaten, and when I used to wake up in the morning, I used to feel so bloated and so puffy. Like this is literally me. Haven't eaten anything. All I've done is go to Pilates, and I just feel like I'm not bloated all the time. I think the perfect mix truly is doing like weight training 2 to 3 times a week, doing Pilates 2 to 3 times a week. I've dabbled with doing Pilates 3 times a week, gym 2 days a week, and I currently have been doing gym 3 days a week, Pilates 2 days a week, because I just know the importance of weight training. I'm not in a really big phase right now where I'm like obsessed with weight training. I love doing it. I do it because I know the importance of it, but it's definitely something that I don't want to do any more than 3 days a week. But I feel like finding that balance of weight training and also Pilates is a really good balance. Just doing Pilates, I know it works for some girls. For me personally, I just want to continue weight training. I want to continue maintaining muscle mass, building muscle in some capacity, but there's so many benefits to when you have both Pilates and weight training. So if you're wanting to get into Pilates, but you're not sure how to balance it with weight training, I definitely recommend doing Pilates 2 or 3 days a week, weight training 2 or 3 days a week, and just finding kind of that harmony that really works for you. And everyone's body is different. You know, what works for me is probably not going to work for you, or it might work for you. And so being able to figure out what does that look like when it comes to moving your body, finding a form of fitness that you enjoy too. skincare is all done. I'll show you guys the products that I use really quickly. K-Beauty Black Snail Repair Toner Serum, Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Ampule Oil, Pharmacy Beauty Vitamin C Under Eye Serum, Under Eye Cream, not serum, Laneige Lip Mask, Laneige Water Bank. I know this is like a nighttime sleepy mask, but I like to use it in morning and night because it just gives me so much hydration. And then I also use the Bioma Face Mist, and then for my face wash, I use the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella whatever Ampule Foaming Face Wash. And that is my skincare routine. Pretty much everything's the same for my nighttime skincare routine besides the fact that I switch up my eye creams, but I love a good hydrated face. I'm not gonna do any makeup because tonight is our anniversary dinner and I wanna do my hair and makeup for dinner, and I don't really wanna have to worry about like taking my makeup off later. So we're just gonna have a bare face for the rest of the day. Sit. Good girl. Shake. Good girl. I finished eating breakfast, so I'm gonna make my iced coffee right now. I've been in this weird phase where I love buying iced coffee, but also every time that I make iced coffee at home, I remember how much I love my own iced coffee, but then sometimes I get the ick and I don't really want iced coffee and I don't really want matcha either right now. So I'm gonna make my double shot of espresso that I always make. This is the pod that I use. It's the, I don't know which one this is. Why is the name not on the lid? I swear that like the names used to be on the caps here, but I'm pretty sure this is the Dolce double shot. I don't know. It looks like this. Like a light brown with a dark brown around the edges. I wish I knew the name of it. This is what I pour my espresso shot into, and I do a little bit of honey. I do a little bit of brown sugar as well. Not much. I think this is called like there's a name for this, like the Teddy latte or something is what people are calling it. The Teddy Graham Teddy Bear latte. I didn't even know it had a name, honestly. I just added brown sugar and honey one day to my coffee and found out on TikTok that there was a name for it. I just add a very minimal amount of brown sugar, and then I just pour my espresso shot on top of this. I'm obsessed with these cute little cups from Anthropologie. I got these little cherry ones, and I also have bows. My iced coffee is made. How freaking cute are these Anthropologie glasses? I finally caved and I got them. I see everyone online have them and I'm like, I don't need to spend $16 on a glass. It got me. It got me, okay? When I went into Anthro and I saw the cups, I was like, I get it, and I get why everyone buys them now. So I got these cute little cherries, and then I also got white bows. But these are literally the perfect iced coffee glasses. So good. I also recently started drinking goat milk in my coffee. I have whole milk that I drink. I told you guys I like the whole milk, pasteurized, organic, all the like healthy stuff from Sprouts. I don't know exactly the one that I get, but it's from Sprouts and it's all the healthy stuff. Well, I also decided to get some goat milk from Trader Joe's for my coffee, and I've been drinking goat milk in my coffee, which I really like. It doesn't taste honestly any different than regular whole milk, but I like it in my coffee. I think it's good. I add like a little splash of it. It is higher in calories, but I just use a little splash of this in my coffee, and I'm finding that it's really creamy, so I've been enjoying that. My bed needs to be made. It has not been made. Normally making the bed is Eli's thing that he does, but I think he was just in a rush this morning with leaving from work that he didn't have time to make the bed, so I'm gonna make the bed right now. And there is so much dog hair on this duvet cover, it's actually like disgusting. Like it's literally looks like it's brown. I need to wash it, but Sundays are the days that I do our whole reset and wash our sheets. So I'm gonna wash the duvet cover on Sunday and put a new one on. I also got some really cute new spring sheets that I wanna put on too, but again, waiting until Sunday because we do it as a part of the Sunday reset. I'm gonna make the bed right now, and then I have like some time to kill before I have calls today, and I'm like, what do I wanna do? I kinda wanted to go and film some content, but also don't want to have to like do my entire face of makeup right now because we're going out to dinner tonight and I don't want to like redo all of my makeup and everything. So I'm like, do I just not film content, or do I put like maybe a little bit of makeup on and film content that way? I'm trying to decide like what is the best thing to do. The only issue with that is I'm self-tanned now. My face is not tanned. So I feel like you'd really be able to tell that I have self-tanner on and it's not on my face. So we're gonna see what we're gonna do. I do have some computer work that I can get done, which I'll probably just sit at my desk and then maybe go for a nice little walk and listen to a podcast later in the afternoon. I'm very guilty of just walking walking on my walking pad, but I need to get outdoors. So I'll probably go for a little walkie later in the afternoon after I finish my coffee. I think my first call is like at 1 or 2:30 maybe. So we have some time before my calls. I was just sitting at my desk working, getting caught up on work, and Eli calls me and is like, go down to the front door, there's something for you. Today's our anniversary, and like we don't normally do like gifts or anything for like anniversaries, Valentine's Day, things like that. Like we are just more so like gift givers whenever it comes to our birthdays. We normally just go to like a nice dinner, quality time. Like that is our way of showing one another that we love each other. And it's just our love languages. Like acts of service is my love language. Like we just love quality time, things like that. But tell me why when I went to the front door and this man was on my front porch handing me flowers that Eli got delivered here while he was at work, I literally was in tears. If these are not the most beautiful flowers you guys have ever seen, with a balloon that says I love you, and he even sent me a sweet little handwritten note that Eli wrote on it as well. So I just feel so loved, and this is just a reminder that if he wanted to, he would. And your friendly reminder to never settle, ladies, because I promise there is someone out there that will do all of these things that you want and beyond. It's noon right now. I'm actually gonna make myself some lunch. I was gonna do a pasta bowl because I have some leftover ground beef, but I had pasta for dinner last night, so I feel like I'm honestly just going to use the ground beef and make myself a little bowl of some sort. We're going to dinner for our anniversary tonight, and we're going to be having steak, so I don't want to have any of my leftover steak until tomorrow because I don't want to steak myself out today. So we're going to do a little ground beef bowl. I also have some avocado that I need to use because these babies are definitely ripe. I'm going to have to throw these in the fridge to try to save them, but I'm going to use a little bit of avocado for my ground beef bowl. I actually forgot that I had this brown rice cooked in bone broth, which is so slay. There's 7 grams of protein per cup, so that's honestly slay. I didn't even think about cooking your, you know, rice in bone broth to add more protein. So we're going to cook this. It says it'll be ready in 60 seconds. Have this little bit of ground beef that I'm gonna use, and then I think I'm honestly gonna get myself a soda right now because I really want something carbonated to drink. I still need to go out and get some steps. I have not gotten very many steps today, but it's so windy, and I find that when it is so windy out, I do not want to leave my house. I feel like I just like blow away here, but I do need to go get some steps, whether that's on the treadmill or out and about. I should go get some sunshine because I could use it. My face is looking pale, but my body is looking tan. Have a little bit of the rice left over for my tomorrow lunch. I have this cutesy little avocado container to keep my avocados fresh, and it has a little avocado on it. I'm going to put a little bit of this mild salsa from Trader Joe's on it. I can't have too much because it'll just mess up my gut because there is onion in it, but I'm gonna use just like a little spoonful of it. Here is my lunch. Call me crazy, I love black olives on my taco bowl, but this is what we're gonna be eating up right now. I have a little bit of avocado in there, some of my salsa, cheese, olives. Gonna have this for lunch right now, and then I have a couple of calls coming up. I know we've settled this debate before on my YouTube, but this does not hit like the Canada Dry Zero Cherry. It's just not the same. But whenever I add a little bit of my own sugar-free cherry syrup in it, it does taste better. So that's what I'm gonna be doing to finish off this pack of these. I just got off of my last call. It's 5 o'clock right now. I'm getting ready to do my makeup. We have dinner reservations at 6:30, and it honestly takes normally like 30 minutes to get down to the Strip, find parking. So we're probably gonna have to leave here at like 6 o'clock. I wanna make sure that I get ready now. Eli just texted me that he's in traffic, and so whenever he gets home, we're gonna leave. So that means I need to get ready now and finish being ready very, very quickly. I know that I briefly touched on how Pilates has just truly changed a lot for me this year. I haven't talked about this a lot on YouTube, and to be quite honest with you, I haven't really talked about it at all on my social media. I'm still working on healing my gut. I still do want to lose some more body fat, maybe some more weight. But I feel like I've done so much over this last year, like 8 months or so. When I first went on this gut healing journey, I had the highest cortisol. Like my cortisol was so messed up. I could literally tell you I knew my cortisol was messed up because of how high stress I was all the freaking time. I am still trying to find ways to manage my cortisol because I'd be lying if I said that I fully have that figured out. I still can tell that I have somewhat of high cortisol, but I feel like I now have a much better routine for myself. I don't go on my phone first thing in the morning. If I record any of my morning routines, it's literally just setting up my phone and that's it. I'm not on it or anything. I have a really nice night routine. I take my sleepy time meds, my magnesium, I read before bed, I'm not on my phone. Like, I have ways to take care of like my central nervous system, but I find the biggest thing for me is my stress during the day. I go into fight or flight mode a lot whenever it comes to work related things, and I often overstress about things. My body is just, like I said, in fight or flight mode. And so the hardest part for me is learning how to actually manage that stress throughout the day. I have a solid morning routine that I love. I have a solid night routine that I love. And I feel like I start my day taking care of myself. I could be a little more relaxed, maybe not as adding so many things on my to-do lists and on my morning routine list. So easy to look at other people online and what they're doing for their morning routine. They have a 20-step morning routine and then you feel like you need to have that as well. However, that's also what spikes cortisol, because I'm go in the morning, trying to journal, trying to do affirmations, trying to do devotional, trying to eat breakfast, do everything before 10 a.m. And sometimes that's just a little bit too much. And I notice that I'm in chaos mode, and that right there is not helping my cortisol levels at all, or helping just my central nervous system in general. So I've been trying to be a little bit easier on myself about morning routines and just doing something that makes me feel good, committing to like 3 things every morning that makes me feel good and just sticking to doing those things. Like I said, I have a good morning routine. I have a good eating routine. It's more so just managing the stress during the daytime, and that's something that I'm actively working on. I've just always been someone who's a high stress person. I've always lived in fight or flight mode, and I know that a lot of that stems from my childhood, and now unlearning those things as a 25-year-old adult is not easy. But I know that I will see so much more progress once I'm able to really manage my cortisol levels. However, I have done a lot of work on it throughout this year, so I'm really proud of myself, but there still is more stepping stones to do. I also really focused on my gut health this year. I lost 10 pounds since focusing on my gut health. I'm kind of in a stage right now where my gut health is, I'm still working on it, but right now I kind of feel like I'm trying to figure out what is working for me in terms of that. Like, I've lost the weight, I've been seeing progress, but if I'm being honest with you guys, gut health is not a quick and easy thing. It's not going to be something that's gonna take, 6 months to heal. Like, it's going to take time, and I feel like I've hit that point where it's like, okay, I was on this high, I was doing so great, saw so much progress in the first month, and now it's like, okay, I'm moving into the next phase and the progress isn't as quick. But that's the point, is that I want it to be sustainable. I don't want something that's super quick and then I'm gonna rebound from it, which happens to so many of us. Like, we lose weight in a super quick and unsustainable way, and then what happens whenever we stop doing those things? We end up gaining all the weight back because we realize those things weren't sustainable for us. So I'm in that period right now where I'm working with my functional medicine doctor to move into the next phases of what works for me. I've had just such this high pressure on myself for this last couple of months because we're going on a vacation in May, and I just want to feel good and look good on this vacation. And I feel like that stems from the fact that I had gained so much weight and I looked so puffy, and I literally hate to say it, but I hated the way that I looked in Europe. And I remember taking photos and like hiding my body, hiding myself in photos. I remember I like looked back at photos and I felt so insecure in the way that I looked. I also didn't enjoy going to the beach at all. I have no beach pictures in Europe. I literally have one, and I'm literally covering my body in it because I'm embarrassed by the way that I look. And I just felt really uncomfortable in my skin, and I don't want to feel that way when we go on this vacation. And that's really been dwelling on me. And I've really just been like, I want to lose weight. I want to lose it quickly. I want to tone up more. I want to not be as puffy, but I also need to understand that I can't hate myself into a body that I love, and that by putting this stress on me to lose weight by May and lose body fat by May, that is just putting more stress on my body, and it's making things worse than they need to be. So I'm learning to let go and not tie myself to, I need to look a certain way by this vacation. I am 10 times happier with how I look now than how I looked back when we went on this vacation, because I truly just feel good about myself now, and I'm at a point where like what I'm doing is working. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't feel that way when I went to Europe. I wasn't even working with my functional medicine doctor yet. So I feel very good about, I know the things that I'm doing are working. So I'm trying not to be so hard on myself. I think I mentioned this also in another video where like I just struggle a lot with feeling like I'm being too easy on myself, and I'm trying to find that balance between giving myself grace but also holding myself accountable and being disciplined to the things that I say I'm going to do. I guess for me, I really struggle with figuring out what is the type of movement and things that I can stay disciplined and hold myself accountable to, but that also make my body feel good. So I'm focused on working working out 2 to 3 days a week and Pilates 2 to 3 days a week. Was going to the gym 3 days a week, but I feel like if I missed a day, I literally would beat myself up. And so instead of doing that, I'm literally just going to focus on going to the gym 2 days a week, Pilates 3 days a week, or going to the gym 3 days a week, Pilates 2 days a week. Just moving my body every single day, getting my 10,000 steps that I do every single day, drinking my water, eating my food. And I'm really just gonna hold myself accountable to doing those things and seeing the progress that I can see before we go on vacation. I literally have like 2.5 months. So I'm really excited to see what I can do before then and just really work towards being a healthier and happier me. Because if I'm being honest, I'm not gonna lose weight in an unsustainable way because I know the consequences of that. If I lose weight in a really unsustainable way right before we go on vacation, I'm going to rebound and get it all back after vacation. And that's just what happens to so many women all the time. And that's not what I do. That's not what I preach. That's not what I teach my clients either. And I wanna make sure that I lead by example. So doing something in a sustainable way. But I'm really excited to continue just, you know, on this journey, seeing the progress that I make and just really taking care of my body. Because if I'm being honest with you, I didn't take care of my body for so many years. I literally saw this TikTok today where it talked about what I looked like when I thought eating healthy meant this, and it was the if it fits in your macros. And I was that girl that would literally eat because it fit in my macros. I would have so many protein bars every day, so many Fairlife shakes. I would have protein chips, all these different protein infused foods, and those things have so many fillers and just were not good for my body. And now when I eat, I literally focus on whole foods. Like I have whole milk, I have bacon, I have eggs, I have meat with breakfast and lunch and dinner. Like I'm really focused on the quality of foods that I'm eating. I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give to someone who's struggling with similar feelings and things that I'm going through, one, get to the root problem. I thought for so long that this weight gain was because of me. I wasn't doing enough, I wasn't doing the right things, and it turned out that I had this hormone and gut health issue. So to get to the root cause, there may be something deeper going on. Also remember that you can't hate yourself into a body that you love, and so constantly nitpicking at yourself, telling yourself that you hate your body, you hate the way that you look, that is just only going to create a reality for you, because the things that we tell ourselves become our reality. If you were looking at yourself in the mirror every day and you were saying, I hate my body, I'm fat, I hate the way that I look, you're going to feel that way every single day. You are going to constantly look at yourself, hate your body, you are going to constantly think you're fat because that's what you're telling yourself. Like you are literally telling your brain that every single day. Those are the thoughts that you're going to think, that's what you're going to see in the mirror. And so being kind to yourself and reminding yourself, you know, speaking positively of yourself, like I am a healthy person, I am someone who works towards my goals, I am someone who is active, whatever it may be, because those thoughts become your reality. If you tell yourself every single day, I am a healthy person, you will become a healthy person. Like you will have the habits of becoming a healthy person. I eat a serving of vegetables every day. You will literally eat a serving of vegetables every day. Like you will become that person. So just speaking very highly about yourself and not speaking down on yourself. I also cannot say enough things about finding a form of movement that you enjoy, whether that's Pilates, whether that's weight training, whether that's mixing them all up, whether that's doing yoga, walking. Like find a form of movement that you enjoy, because there's nothing worse than forcing yourself to do a movement or do a form of exercise and just force yourself into this mold of what you think you need to be doing because someone else online is doing it, and you end up realizing that you absolutely hate it. Because that's what I used to do. I used to think that I had to train 5 days a week in order to have muscle mass, lose weight, feel good, look good, and like that's just not the case. You need to find what works for your lifestyle, for you, and something that you enjoy doing, because if you don't enjoy doing it, you are not going to stay consistent at it. I don't know how I got my hair to look good right now because it is like day 3, day 4 hair. You could probably see the dry shampoo in there, but I put a shit ton of dry shampoo to give it some volume. My curls have like came out and they're giving like full blown Victoria's Secret bombshell blowout look, and I'm here for it. Makeup is done. I just put a little bit of this YSL lipstick on with my NYX lip liner in the color Natural, and then I'm also going to be topping it off with this Kosas lip gloss after I get dressed. I am all ready. I'm wearing a red dress tonight because our anniversary is in February, which is love month, and I feel like it's very fitting. This is the full fit. I have this dress on, which I got from Amazon. Honestly, Amazon slayed the game with this. Hair is just curled from my heatless curls. Jewelry from Abbott Leon, I think is where this is from, and the rest of my jewelry is Abbott Leon as well, and then just my Oura ring and Amazon little hoops, and then I just have some heels on from Target. My toes are not done, so we're not going to be looking at my heels.